everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com, and in today's video, I'm going to do a special Valentine's Day video for all of you. I'm going to talk about 8 mistakes that people make on Valentine's Day, and I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to break it down for the people who are single, in relationships, or dating, or kind of going through something confusing, if you know what I mean. And I want to give you some clarity because I know there's so many questions around this that I've seen on the comments and from clients in general. Do I get her something? Do I coach? Do I talk to her? Do I send her a text message? Do I take her out to dinner on this day if it's just a new relationship? I'm going to answer that all in this video for everyone. So let's first give you 2 tips on the wrong things or the mistakes that people make when they're single. Mistake number 1 is you compare your relationships. Okay, so let's be honest here. I want to be clear with you that's watching this. You might be comparing relationships because you're like, my friend's in a great relationship, or I'm 45 years old and I should be in a relationship, or I should have children by now, whatever the thing, and the limiting beliefs and the stories that you are telling in your head. But in generally speaking, let's think about half of the people that are in relationships. Sometimes they're not even that healthy. So you're at a point in your life where you are working on you and working on something that can be more healthy and a sustainable relationship that you will eventually attract in your life. And half of these people are in relationships that they don't even want to be in, and you don't even know it. Remember, people showcase what they want to showcase when it comes to social media and their outside lives, but you never know what goes on behind closed doors. So comparing yourself is just going to drain yourself with beliefs of who you don't even know what is going on. So they're just false beliefs. So don't compare yourself during this time of Valentine's Day. Just because someone else is in another relationship doesn't mean that they're better off, if you know what I'm saying. Mistake number 2 when being single is you don't think that you have to be romantic. You don't think that you can celebrate. You don't think that you can do anything on Valentine's Day because you're not in a relationship, which isn't the case. You can be romantic with yourself. Take yourself out to dinner, kick with a friend if you want, and celebrate. There's having friendships. I remember years ago when I was single, I did dinner with just single women, just celebrating our friendships though. It wasn't about being single or anything. It was just celebrating love for each other because we were all great friends. So that's an idea of what you can do with your boys, or do an event, go golfing all together, whatever you want to do. And understand that you can do this. Book a massage somewhere. Spend that day catering to you, giving yourself some self-love and enjoying that day for you. Now, mistake number 1 in relationships is you give roses. All right, man. You can give roses any other day of the year, but if you only give roses on Valentine's Day, then I don't think you should do it. And the reason being is because it kind of alludes into tip number 2 is you want to be thoughtful on Valentine's Day. And roses are just something that you should give on usually maybe a birthday with a gift or something like that. But roses can be a little bit played out here and there. I do encourage you to give roses if this is something that in your relationship she's been used to and that you want to do, and you want to do it with something that's more meaningful. I totally get it. But just giving her roses and a card sometimes is not enough, especially when you're dating or in a relationship. Understand that you don't have to be extravagant, and you don't have to go above and beyond and get her dozens and dozens of roses. All you have to do is just give her something that you're going to cherish in the relationship, which alludes to tip number 2, is spending money without meaning. So this is mistake number 2, is you spend money without any real realization around it. Like, you buy her something that has no meaning behind it, right? Let's just say you bought her a camera and she doesn't even like to use her iPhone to take photos. Okay, so what was the meaning of the purpose of spending thousands of dollars on a camera when it didn't have anything? But let's just say she's been saying, babe, like, I've been really wanting to learn how to dance. I really want to get back into salsa lessons. And she's been saying this for the past year and she's never done it. Well, buy her a gift certificate to salsa lessons, to a dance class, so you can impact her emotionally. Like, what is the bond that the both of you share? What if you both met on, your first date, you took her on a sailboat, or gosh, that's a big date, but let's just say you took her to sushi on a first date, and you make something cute and you remind her of the significance of your first date, right? So you maybe cook sushi at home, and you cook the same roll that the both of you had on your first date. Get inventive behind what is the gift. So what is this gift and the why, right? So why do you love this woman? How does she bring value to you and your relationship? This is where the gift can hit her heart in a relationship when it comes to Valentine's Day. Because so many times I hear women in relationships just saying, gosh, like, why is Valentine's Day so tricky? Like, I'd rather just not have a gift at all if he's just gonna give me something I just don't want. So, and the women sometimes some women are we're a little bit better when it comes to gifts. Some of us, not all of us, and some men are great when it comes to gifts too. But I'm just saying this as like being more open with the person you're in the relationship with. So if your girlfriend is pretty good with gifts, don't be intimidated by this. Just start to think of the why, and I can guarantee you can probably have a better gift this year. Now, let's go into mistake number 1 if you're dating someone. And dating can be a couple weeks in, months, 2 months, and there's not a relationship just yet. Is don't do anything out of the normal, right? So if you're just dating and you guys want to spend Valentine's Day together, then great. Do something nice, get her a small token of appreciation, a card, Valentine's Day card, or just do something together. Maybe go out to dinner because you guys gone out to dinner together before. Do something fun, go bowling together. Don't do anything out of the normal. Mistake number 2 is you make it a big deal when you're dating. You make it this whole big deal just because you're dating this girl that you have to celebrate Valentine's Day. You get her a dozen roses, you get her a box of chocolate, and we don't want that. We just want you to enjoy Valentine's Day and make it just a regular day, especially when you're dating someone. And if you feel that you can excel in this relationship and the relationship is going great and you've been dating for a month or 2 months or 3 months and you're like, I'm going to ask her to be my girlfriend on Valentine's Day, or I'm going to talk about solidifying this relationship more deeper now on Valentine's Day, then great, then do it. That's okay too. That could be her gift from you. Now let's go into mistake number 1 when it comes to an ex-girlfriend or that tricky relationship that is just hot and cold and maybe you just aren't talking to her right now. Mistake number 1 is buying back glory on this day. So let's just say that this woman asked for space or asked for a breakup or has been hot and cold lately. You think that this is when you have to shower her with attention and shower her with gifts just because this is your golden moment to buy her back. No, this is completely false. Treat Valentine's Day as just another day. If this woman is not being 100% open with you, is asking for space, it's not her birthday. You don't have to message her and buy her all these gifts on Valentine's Day. Mistake number 2 is you're going in, kind of like what I just said, 100% and thinking this is the day. This is the day that will change everything. So you plan to take her out on a date and do all this and talk to her about your relationship and get her back. It's not the day, because what happens here is a woman can honestly just think that you are just doing this because of the fact that it's just a holiday. But the deepest relationships and the best relationships require work beyond Valentine's Day, beyond the gifts, beyond the affection, the deeper meaning behind what it is that the both of you are open to, what the both of you want, what the both of you love about each other. And Valentine's Day can be celebrated differently. And sometimes when you're single, it can be hard too. But that's why it's so impactful for you to spend this time and do things that you love. And don't use Valentine's Day as a negative holiday that just gets you down and depressed. I encourage you to just do the things that you enjoy and really look into a deeper meaning behind why you might want to possibly buy this woman everything if she's not showing up for you. And I hope this video came in just the right amount of time for you to make that decision. As always, I'll see you again in the next video. Happy Valentine's Day, and remember, you are always loved.